Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. We are from group number 5 are going to present about our project which is the maximum vertical of the bookshelf. Right, so our group consists of 6 members which is Muhammad Faiz Amiruddin, Muhammad Daniel Putra, Muhammad Adif Shahmi, Nur Aisyah Nabila, Izati binti Rosli, and the last one is Muhammad Aizat Tanya.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Narishana Bila binti Majlan, CE200048, and today I will be explaining for the introduction and what to solve. For the introduction, so our project is about William Knox start an experiment of selling from a stall at the Little Penang Street Market. William Knox was disappointed by the limited selection of books available in the Malaysia book selling industry. Johor Bookshelf stocks about 30% of the books in print that are not available at any Malaysia stores. So we plan to help Nock to make him a loaded bookshelf to carry many books, and it make easier for his customers to find and choose the books they want. We will find the maximum vertical deflection of the bookshelf. This project is to help us to calculate the maximum vertical deflection of the bookshelf by using bisection and New-Repson method of numerical methods, as the equation given are non-linear equations. Bisection and Newton's method is used to calculate the root of equation. What to solve for this project is, we plan to making a bookshelf to carry books that range from 8.5 inch to 11 inch in height and would take up to 29 inch of space along the length for him easy to arrange and sell the books that his customer easier to find and choose the books that they want. The vertical deflection can be computed as this equation, where x is the position along the length of the beam. Hence, to find the maximum deflection, we need to find where and conduct the second derivative test. So as you can see, this is the bookshelf and x is the position along the length of the beam. This equation gives position x where the deflection is maximum is this equation. So we use the bisection and Newton-Repson method of finding roots of equation to finding the position x where to the deflection is maximum.
Alright, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Faiz Amiruddin bin Abdullah. My matrix number is CE200135, and I am going to explain about our next slide, which is why we want to solve it. So this project can assist us in calculating the maximum vertical deflection of the bookshelf by using the bisection and New-Repson method of numerical method. And then it's significant because in order to show visitors to a market stall what other books were available, Lisa needed to arrange books neatly and orderly. And the last one is the precision of the calculation allows us to assist Lisa in selecting the best height range from 812 inches to 11 inches, which will take up about 29 inches of space along the length of the loaded shelf. So I will give the next slide to our next member. Thank you.
My name is Isaac, so I will explain about the altitude problem or the real data used for the problem. So this idea is come from us. A clutter bookshelf could be a common issue in our house or any other house or any library. Not only do the shelf get clogged with a lot of books, but also with travel guides, maps, magazines, picture frames, and many other knickknacks like note card, notebook, and empty books, jackets. Luckily, solving this issue is pretty easy and is what the opening move I myself took well prepping for this pose.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Izati binti Rosim. My metric number is CE200084. So today I'm going to continue with the next part, which is the methodology part. What is the suitable method to solve the problems? In this project, the best way for determining the maximum vertical deflections of the bookshelf is to use bisection and Newton-Raphson numerical method to obtain the roots of the equations. The equation was obtained online and it is a non-linear equation. As a result, this assignment will use the numerical method to manually compute the deflections and then use MATLAB and Excel software to obtain more precise result. Next is how to solve it. The problem was solved by manually Excel and MATLAB software. MATLAB combines computing, visualization, and programming, which problems and answers are expressed in the mathematical notation. For this project, basic coding is required in order to develop an appropriate MATLAB program to solve the numerical problem. Thus, comparison of the result between manual calculations and software, such as MATLAB, is important to ensure the calculations is correct and accurate.
We also learn how to analyze and discard the methods. A method for finding the roots of continuous function is known as a root finding algorithm. New method not converges if far from the root, but Newton method is faster than bisection method and usually quadratic. So for first we use for formula parameter given, and then to calculate diffraction by using bisection and new method Refson method manually, and then we calculate diffraction by using bisection and new method Refson method with MATLAB and Excel. And last, we obtain the maximum vertical deflection of the bookshelf. Alright, now I will tell about the bisection advantage. Since the bisection method discards 50% of the current interval at each step, it brackets the root much more quickly than the incremental search method does. So for Newton-Raphson advantage, unlike the incremental search and bisection method, the new Newton-Raphson method isn't fooled by singularities. It can identify repeated roots since it does not look for changes in the sign of fx explicitly. It can find complex root of polynomials, assuming you will start with a complex value x1. For many problems, Newton-Raphson converges quicker than either bisection or incremental search. So that's all from me.
Okay, hi. So my name is Muhammad Dini Putra bin Sharul Nizam. Okay, so I want to present about result for the calculation. So my team choose two method, which is bisection method and then Newton-Raphson method. So this is the manual calculation for the bisection method. So the function is given like this, and then we have to find the iteration at 0 is AI is equal to 0 and BI is 29. So if we want to find the midpoint, we just plus these two value and then divide by 2. Okay, and then we get 14.5. So if we want to find FAI, we just substitute this 0 into the function. Okay, so also same as FB and then FC. So the absolute error, we just CI new minus CI old and then divide by CI new times 100%, and then we get the percentage of error. So next slide. Okay, so this is the answer for the manual calculation and then MATLAB calculation. So the answer almost the same value, which is 14.5780, and then the MATLAB calculation 14.577881. So not too many different. Okay, so next. Okay, so this is the Newton-Raphson method. So this is the function, and then we just differentiate again for the fx function, right? So we just guess the initial, and then we get fx equal to 0 as x0 equal to 10. So the absolute relative approximate error just same like the previous one. Okay, so this is the answer for the manual calculation, right? So the answer for the manual calculation we get 14.5655, and this is the MATLAB calculation we get 14.572452, almost the same value, right? So that's all for me. The next slide will continue to the other presenter. Thank you.
Right, so we go to our next slide, which is why we get this result. So there are about 2 points that we want to explain, which is completion of simulation and absolute error. So for completion of simulation, we complete a simulation that was taught in class. The majority of it had no errors after following the instructions on the website. And then we use two types of methods in this calculation, as usual bisection and Newton method. And these two methods differ for manual calculation, Excel, and also MATLAB. And then the next point is absolute error. We use an absolute error of less than 0.5 times by 10 to the power of negative 5 for both bisection and the new Repson method when simulating them in the lab. And then we can get both answers that are slightly different from each other but can be accepted using these simulations. So I will give the next slide to our next member. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Hadif Shahmi bin Zamali CE 200102. So today I was assigned to present these slides, which is why you get these findings. After we get the results, we obtain that the maximum vertical deflection of the bookshelf that can fit is estimated at 14.57 at 0 at iteration 11. When utilizing manual and software calculations, we receive slightly different results. Both results can be accepted because of this result is not obviously different. When using simulation to calculate the calculations, we can get faster and more accurate output. If you use manual calculation, we only select 4 decimal points. Thus, by using MATLAB software, it is easier to get the result, not like Excel, which is Excel need us to be more careful when we select each value. If we choose the result wrongly, and it will affect the whole calculation. So finally, we will go to the last slide, which is conclusion. In conclude, this group project is aiming to find the maximum vertical deflection of the bookshelf. Based on our case problem, we decide to use a bisection and Newton-Raphson method in order to calculate the maximum vertical deflection of the bookshelf, as the given equation are non-linear equation. Besides, we tried two methods, which are bisection and Newton-Raphson method, to make a wise choice and comparison among the two methods. We found that bisection and Newton-Raphson method both give us an accuracy data among others. This is because the data given was less error. Lastly, this task help us in increasing our understanding about bisection and Newton-Raphson method, because we can see an advantages and disadvantages of each method that we use. Throughout the group assignment, our recommendation for the future is to use the different type of software to solve the calculation so that students can expand their abilities and skills in using software. In addition, we also hope that future assignment there will be individual tasks so all group members will be more understanding and ready to give full commitment to complete the group assignment. So I think that's all from us, group 5, for the group assignment, which is the maximum vertical of the bookshelf. Thank you.